Hey, welcome back to Metropole Grid. My name is Andre. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's currently the 22nd of May. It's a holiday. Oh, huge fanboy. Thanks so much. Oh, thanks. So yeah, we're home on a Monday and we are playing Whizzard, which is not something we actually do that often on this channel. We're gonna mulligan this hand. It only has one good opening card. I guess it's good to open with Eater, but yeah, it's fine. That's a lot better. So we are playing Whizzard, and we're specifically playing Whizzard that has account Siphon in it, but more spicy. We're playing Whizzard with Apocalypse. One of the most popular decks. It's also the Netrunner DB deck list of the week right now, and it's been winning a lot of Star Championships or regionals. I think it's regional season now, right? Is Apocalypse Whizzard, or no, excuse me. The deck that's winning a lot of Star Championships, or excuse me, regionals, is HB with a lot of assets, and we're kind of teched against that pretty well. Because we are playing Whizzard, so we can deal with assets. We're also running Salset Slum, so you can remove them from the game, but on top of it, we are running Apocalypse. So let's see what we can set up with. So we have a Salsa Slums, an Ivan Worse, a Gamble, and a Spoon, which is all really kind of ideal. I think we just want to set up. Next turn we can face check HQ, and if we find something good, we can account Siphon. If they res a Fairchild, we'll Spoon through it next turn, and that's like a huge swing of tempo. And we're hoping they're actually going to asset spam out. It looks like they are. Ooh, Jackson. So we're going to trash Jackson first. Actually, no, we're probably going to trash this first, because they'll let us trash Jackson. And we'll see what this is. We can remove this from the game. We save a lot of credits with Whizzard. Successful run. That's an Eve campaign. Oh, this probably isn't hard asset spam. And I think it's more important we get rid of the Eve campaign, right? Yeah. That's for 2 credits. We want to move that. Do we want to run Jackson? Oh, we probably should have dirty laundry that, actually. That was a huge... I don't know if it's a huge mistake. Oh, also they won't use Jackson now because we removed it from the game. Huh. Face checking is probably not that good. Do we want to spend 3 credits to trash Jackson Howard? With friends in high places on it, I'd rather remove it from the game, so maybe they'll get 1 turn of drawing with Jackson. How bad is that? Actually might be pretty bad. If we draw him with I've Had Worse, I'm not sure what we draw into that we can play this turn. Like, most of our economy's in Day Job, not Liberated accounts, because we're actually playing a Tag Me deck. I don't want to also check into this, because it could be a Fairchild, or even an Architect. Both of those would be rough. Removing cards from the game makes Architect a bunch worse, so maybe we just actually click for credits. If we do this, we're down at 7. Yeah, nah, we want to remove that from the game. Let's see how bad it is leaving the Jackson. I'm a bit apprehensive of it. I think we should remove that, because if they're Jacksoning that immediately on turn 2, they probably have a bad hand. I don't actually remember if they mulliganed or not. Oh, they didn't mulligan. So I don't know. Maybe that's just a bait. But we should have dirty laundry that face down card. It was super unlikely to be a Jackson. There's not many other cards they can pop at full speed. I just kind of forgot we had that. Let me move my microphone. It is, excuse me, blocking a bit of my screen. Alright, it looks like this is full asset spam, and they didn't draw with Jackson, so we pulled that correctly. Let's dirty laundry one of these. This is so good because it gives us tempo. Like, it gives us value while also checking their crap. So this is a Jackson Howard. We'll remove this one from the game. And we made money doing that, which is sweet. We made 3 credits. We'll check what this is too. This is a Jeeves model Biroids. They could in theory biotic out with this. Do we want to trash this for 5? I think we have to. I know we're not going to remove it from the game, but with this one they can actually score an agenda, so we'll pay the money for that. We still have a good economy. I think we can now I've Had Worse up into more money. We have another dirty laundry, which is sweet. They also know, oh, they don't know, right, these cards, but eventually we can keyhole. If they don't keep spamming, we're going to be able to delete this Jackson too. I don't think we need 2 keyholes. Throwing out a keyhole means that we have another in hand if they can't see that coming. So we're going to want to pressure HQ so they res it, because they probably have more agendas in HQ considering they just like played out 4 cards. And then after that point, we're going to swing onto R&D once they hopefully res their HQ eyes. So I think if they put something into remote, they install an ice before drawing with Jackson. That's technically a mistake. You want to get all your options before. You want to plan out your turn if you can. I'm going to try to make a better effort planning out my turn. I don't do it very obviously. A lot of times I don't actually do it. But it's really important that you plan out your turn fully. So we're going to remove Jackson from the game this turn. Or actually, let's run HQ first. Unless it's a Fairchild, we'll have clicks left to deal with Jackson. Admittedly, Architect is turned on because we did put a Jeeves in the archives. But they probably have 1 or 2 agendas in here. We want them to spend money because we haven't made them spend money. Oh, okay, cool. Free run. Biotic Labor, so I feel good that we trashed that Jeeves because they easily could have scored a 4-2 from hand. So let's remove this from the game unless they use it for a single Jeeves, which they should because otherwise we're going to remove this from the game. Yeah, they just lost a Jackson. You might as well get some value out of it. Unless they want to keep this in here because they have a friends in hand. Oh, sorry, wrong one. So 2 Jackson out of the game. That's really good. Not much else we need to do right now. Like, admittedly, we don't have a breaker, but if they're running next ice, that's kind of shitty. Let's see. Just get some money. We could, in theory, just like Siphon turn 1, and it might force them to res. So they're just holding off because do they know we have an account Siphon? I think we injected into it, right? Oh, I don't have a good short-term memory. No, they don't even know we have a Siphon. This is a good hand. So Cardinals, they're just bioticking out, so they're going to go poor on this. Let's see if it's an ABT and they just fire. We interrupt the regular scheduled game to let everyone know that Sync Beer watches. Holy fuck! Oh, no way! Oh shit, Sync Beer watch! Woo! New FAQ, we gotta check that out. Super excited. Oh, thanks so much. Okay, we got a new FAQ. That's awesome. So Sync BRE watch. Oh, they're firing this. It was like 4 or 5 months. No, maybe 3-4 months. I stopped keeping track, but that's awesome. I can't wait to see the new FAQ actually. Oh, that didn't go well for them. So we're gonna check archives for sure. A single Ichi does nothing right now. So let's check archives. Hopefully they spend money on this too. Actually, this does do something once we want to put the keyhole down. Like, this one's annoying. So we can click through this one or we can just knife through it. I don't actually think we care to knife this one. I'd rather knife one on that central remote that we actually care to run. Like R&D or HQ. So we're going to let this go. We got a beta test. That's really good. Don't have a lot to do on the last click. We could just Dirty Laundry HQ. There's not much they can res at 2 credits. It looks like they're not running next ice. Also, what did they throw at? They lost another Jackson. So we'll just go HQ here. We also could go here on R&D, but I think they have another agenda in HQ. It's like, what, turn 5? Friends. Okay. It's good to know. We have the credits to keep up with that. Ooh, FAQ, fantastic. So they're just cleaning for credits, which means we can't really Siphon. Friends is going to come out, but they're not going to have money to do anything. So that's a Jeeves. We're going to run that and trash that, remove from the game. And another Jackson Howard. So what would we rather remove from the game? I'd rather move the Jeeves. So we're going to run that first click. There's not much they can res at 3 credits. Like, it's either next ice, wall static, maybe a magnet actually. Magnet would suck. But we're going to remove this from the game. This is brutal. So we're going to pay 2 credits. This is why you play Whizzard with Salsa Slums. Like, we're doing so much work without even installing most anything. So we're going to move that from the game. We could run Jackson here. They might pop it. Oh, shit. I meant to salsa that. Okay, fixed. We could run Jackson. I don't actually care that much too. Like, they need money more than anything. They don't want to draw with Jackson so much. Deja Vu, what does that give us? Another Siphon, I suppose. We could just run HQ here. There's not much they can punish us with 3 credits. Like Enigma, yeah, it's kind of rough, but you can also Siphon them down. But I don't want to float tags. So we know they have another Friends, which is not fantastic. We could also run this and just pay 1 for the trace. I don't think we're in any pressure. We want to draw our fork and actually trash this. We probably should be drawing a bit more. So shipment from Sansan. So it is a full Jeeves fast advance deck. So they're probably running what's it called, that subliminal messaging, shipment from Sansan, 3 copies of Jeeves, 3 copies of Biotic. So we're really gonna have to make sure we trash their assets and keep their money down, because they can score without us interacting with them and without having a protected remote. So 1 Jeeves is out of the game, and that's kind of what they need. We also have to make sure they don't score in an efficiency committee. They also are likely to be running blue and green level clearance, which is kind of cool. So as long as we keep HQ like really pressured, that they can't like comfortably blue level clearance into it, that's gonna be good. So 2 credits. All right, so we're gonna remove Jackson from the game this turn. Another Dirty Laundry. Don't want to do it on Jackson because they can pop it and we lose 2 credits, or technically lose 5 credits. So they should pop this, otherwise we're gonna remove it from the game. Yeah, there you go. Get a Friends back in there. Get a Biotic back in there. That's pretty good value. So I don't want to Dirty Laundry this so much. It's like, it's not fantastic. We could Dirty Laundry HQ, but if they put this down, they probably can res it. If it's an Eli, we can't get through it. So, like, we're going to lose value somewhere here. Whoa, I sneezed, but no, I'm still going to sneeze. So this is kind of a clunky hand. I think we throw it to Deja Vu. Yeah, let's just camp the remote, really. Yeah, not great. We don't have that much draw in this deck, admittedly. Like, we don't have Earthrise. It's all like I've had worse inject, which is pretty good draw. But if we need our breakers fast, we're gonna have to throw out some stuff. So we're just gonna face check this. Hopefully they spend money resing stuff. No idea what this is, but we're gonna run first click so we don't have to get punished by Fairchild 3. And if they res it, they go down to 2 credits, and then we can like smash into HQ. We also could consider siphoning right here, but if that's like an Eve, they'll res it. Cyberdeck's Fire Suite. Alright. Remove that from the game for free. MK Ultra. This deck actually might be running Arc Lockdown, because the Arc Lockdowning at Clot would be really good, so I just don't want to risk it. We'll put down the MK Ultra. Yeah, I don't really want to risk this. This also kind of shows, it does, I guess it's not entirely obvious, but it makes it seem, I guess with this card you could be running Faust or an AI package because you have to deal with Swordsman. But yeah, I'd rather not lose the click and then eventually lose this, and then that's an issue. It's actually another program, or it's the first program, so we can never run through Ichi, but we want to put a keyhole down anyways. This breaks Ichi for what? 6? That sucks. So we kind of need to fork this. So 11 credits. I think we want to face check our HQ now because they're more than likely to res something. And a lot of times we'll just lose clicks on it. Oh, not even. Maybe we wanted the Siphon. Okay, that's a Fairchild. That's a Fairchild. Fairchild. So we just end the run. So now Count Siphon's like really bad unless we spoon this, which with Eater, it's not impossible. It just ends the run. It does fire, but like this just says end the run. So yeah, I guess so. I guess it did fire, right? We could just Dirty Laundry server 4, they're unlikely, or server 1, it's unlikely they can res it. Oh yeah, they know, that's fine. I don't know how good the Count Siphon is anymore. Because we need to trash this. Let's draw up once and see what we get. Eater's good, because now we actually can Eater spoon this thing. So what is this? This is forward install, putting us down to 9. And then we need 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we can do it. Yeah, 6. So we can actually spoon this. Oh no, we're short 2 credits, so we can credit spoon to this. Which is going to be upsetting for them. If we credit spoon this and they click for credits, we also might be able just to Count Siphon. Which would be a rough turn. So now they're really pressured. Like spending 8 and 9 for a single piece of ice can be a problem. This is a really good piece of ice if they're not running like Cutlery or Ice Destruction. Even parasiting this is really hard without Cipher. So if we credit, we can actually spoon this bad boy if they don't res this. And there's not much that punishes us here besides Architect. I think they would have res the Architect last turn, not the Fairchild, because that would have been good value. So if we credit, we actually can spoon this. It goes down to 0, which is kind of rough. They could res Eli to stop the spoon. It also could just be another code gate here. Like maybe this is a, what's it called? That 3 cost, 5 strength code gate. Ravana, which now gets good with this. Oh, this, yeah, this is a Byroid. So let's just take 4 credits. Like we want them to overextend. But they're fast advancing out, so as soon as they have 6 credits, like Biotic Labor's online, and we gotta make sure that doesn't happen because we can't really stop that. Okay, cool. Let's make them spend money running on this remote. We're always gonna run first click again, Fairchild 3. We gotta play around that. Architect here would be kind of rough, but we can break it. It's a macrophage. We can fire that. That doesn't matter. Fire. Strength 1. Yeah, we'll pay 1. It's attacks. It does like goof with our parasites in the heap, which is pretty good, but we're gonna remove something else from the game, probably paying 2 credits max. So it's an Ash. Okay. It's good. So that actually looks like they're trying to score in a remote to some extent. So we move that for free. That's again why you play Whizzard. Like how much value did we get off Whizzard? Like this much value. This gave us so many credits. Like you can't blame people for playing Whizzard. It is really good considering how many must-trash assets there are in the game right now. Because the card pool is so big, there are so many assets that you can put in the same deck. I think just clicking for credits is fine. We actually might want to draw once. I don't know about that. Yeah, maybe not. It'd be good to find our breakers. Actually, if we do draw up, we can find our breakers, throw them into the heap as much as we are respecting our clock down technically. Okay, we're going to check this again. We're going to check every turn. It costs us so little to do so. Also, if we hit something really bad, we can either break it with MK Ultra or just Eater. Admittedly, we won't access, but if we hit something like terrible, we just will check out. Or just not access, I guess. So that's an Ichi. Alright, so we'll just click through this fully. They're spending so much money on this. We could also break it for 6, but this is technically better. And that's a Sand City grid. So happy we can remove this from the game, so we don't have to deal with friends in high places. And we only trashed that for 2, so it costs us 3 credits to get rid of one of their win conditions. Out of the game. And every turn we can charge this remote. We can. We really can. We can also, in theory, let them fire the Ichi and trash all their programs, because we can just deja vu or retrieval them, run them back, especially the MK Ultra. Like, I don't think we should have installed the MK Ultra. Well, I guess we didn't have the Eater at the time. That guy's person's name is Andre. That's cool. New remote. That's a liability, because if we play Temujin, we can actually just, like, capitalize on that pretty hard. We are actually in a good time for account Siphon. Right? So what does this cost? This costs... Yeah, we're in a really good time for account Siphon. Admittedly, they might trash this, so maybe we don't want to account Siphon right away. But... Oh, also this is a macrophage that sucks. Well, let's see here. What does this say? The first one... You break all subroutines, so macrophage won't matter. So again, this costs 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This costs 12. Yeah, let's go for it. Hopefully there isn't another code gate here. That's an architect. Ah, fire. Oh, no, we can break this. Wait, oh, we should have maybe clicked for credits, thinking. They don't get that much value out of this unless they put like an agenda inside this remote. But they don't have money to score it. They'll be short 1 credit. So that doesn't matter that much. But otherwise, like, we can break this for 1, 2, 3, putting us on not enough money to deal with a Fairchild. So you can fire. So we just click on this and let him fire. That's okay. So they also have to tell us what card they put off the top of R&D. We don't generally get that much information from that, but you do get a lot of information if you're running R&D or if you know the top cards of R&D. Card in server 7 is probably an economy card. Like, what's the chance that this server is worse than the other one? Oh, well, double install, that's why. But unless this is an assembly lines, they won't have money to do both of them. Admittedly, we're going kind of poor here. So... Oops. Wrong thing. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we can't really access because we used Eater. But the game knows that, right? So we can run this with Dirty Laundry, which I think is a fair thing to do. Because there's not much they can res for 2 that'll keep us out if they're running a buy ride package. We can't trash anything unless it's 3 or less, which is not uncommon. Like, this could easily be an Adonis. If it's an assembly lines, they'll still get their money. It's a Jeeves. They can't really res that, right? So we can't trash it. No. And we'll just click for credit. Come back next turn. Now account Siphon's online. Like, if they just res Jeeves clicks for credits, yeah, server 5 might be like an Adonis or an Eve so they can conduct the Siphon. So maybe we want to actually see what that is first. We're also not making that many accesses. Like, we need to get our keyhole down. Like, what we're doing is really obnoxious against them, but we're not keeping them. Like, we don't have a win condition. We're just kind of like grinding them out. And we kind of want to close the game on our own terms. So they're just clicking for Jeeves. We're going to go trash Jeeves 100%. Remove from the game for 2 credits, and then after that, hopefully they res this, and then we count Siphon them, then we go get this. But we want to keep this alive. Like, this card's doing so much work in this matchup, and we get rid of the second Jeeves. It's going to be rough. If this is an architect, we can deal with it. So let's click for 2 credits and run. No, but then Eli's an issue. Well, let's just run. Maybe this is an architect. Oh, it's an Eli. Fantastic. So we'll click twice. They have very little money. You might want to check this out next turn. They still won't have enough money to score. But like, we're doing so much with so little cards installed. So 1, 2, 3. Do we want to drop more than anything? Yeah, I think we want to get credits so they can't possibly macrophage trace us out. Because we want to check what this is. This is more than likely an agenda. Because, I don't know, they might have resed it. Maybe they wouldn't have resed it. Maybe it is an Eve. Or an Adonis. Either way, we want to get that so we can account Siphon good. This deck also isn't running a Wanton Destruction. I think it should. 2 or 3 Wanton Destructions is generally like a win condition to put easily in an Eater deck. It's a shame we don't have that. So we're gonna run server 5, just click through everything. It's not good on clicks, but at least like it denies them a win condition. Like they can't score on either of these remotes until they like double Eli a server, and then we can just knifed and then run back, I guess. As long as we do a first click. Yeah, we should be fine. This card, mind you, is hard to deal with. Yeah, we just gotta click through it. New FAQ's up. I'm just excited to read that. I'm just clicking for credits. So if this is an Eli, sorry, this is what's it called, an Adonis campaign, they can duck. If it's an Eve, they can't. So it's basically whether or not it's an Adonis campaign, they'll deck the Siphon. So I think we'll just check what this is. I'm suspicious that this is an agenda. So again, still no viruses to fire. Even though we are running, I think we're running 2 Parasite, that's it. So trace 1, it's 1 credit. It's not bad. They can't really afford to boost this one. We're just gonna click all the way through this. We could let the trace fire, but I don't actually want to take brain damage considering all 3 of our cards are really good. Yeah, that's an efficiency committee. That makes sense. It was likely to be an agenda, and they were just short credits to score that. So we only need 2 more agendas to win. 1 more agenda if we mad dash, which is really easy to do with Keyhole. And now they can't really duck a Siphon, so if they don't put a card in a server, we're going to hit them hard with the Siphon right now. And now we can start drawing. Oh, friends. What friends? Can you friends back? An ice? That's a Fairchild, so we know what that is. So really no threat here, and it's a single Fairchild, so they paid 2 credits for that. I still think we Siphon here. We're not going to get full value, but it's good. We know they can't res this. If we do somehow manage to top deck, or we don't even need to do it this turn. It's cheaper. It's 3 credits regardless. Well, maybe we could let that one of them fire. I don't want to risk it. But like if we do hit our we have like a single copy of En Passant, it would be really good. So we're going to take the run ability. We can draw once and then remove 2 tags. Like this card's doing so much work. Maybe it's done enough work, but I don't want them to trash it. Even if they click for 2 credits, trash this. That's not good for us. So as soon as we play the Parasite, we can't really charge this remote anymore, which is brutal. Because we want to Parasite. I think we want to Parasite this Ichi, but it's going to be a long, slow slog. Just kind of like this game is right now. Like turn 17 already, huh? See, I would have won by now. Maybe not against Count Siphon or Keyhole. Yeah, they probably actually would have a bad matchup, but okay. So getting access on HQ also is possible for 3 credits a pop, but I think we want to draw because we ran out of pressure cards. We want to draw into more stuff. Another Parasite, not great. Oh, that's really good. They won't have enough money here, so we can run this. Yeah, we can run this and get rid of their Fairchild. Yeah, we can do that now, actually. They're likely to have an agenda in there. But our win condition, this Ichi is really bumming us. Bumming us out. Oh, bumming us. We'll wait till next turn. Maybe they'll double ice this, I don't know. But do we pick the ice, right? Trash an unres piece of ice you passed. So we're going to get rid of that Fairchild. And that's the thing with Friends in High Places. As obnoxious as it is, running archives is good against Friends in High Places. I know we didn't do that. But like understanding what ice or what assets they're putting back so you have full information technically saves you a click in some ways because you can decide we don't need to run that or we don't need to respect that piece of ice. And right now, this is a single in our deck. Like, we're super lucky we got it, but lateral growth. Oh, you have to install a card with lateral growth. Okay. Did they install a card? No, they didn't. Oh, you may. Oh, you don't want to? I didn't realize it said may. That's cool. So I guess you can just play this as like a week. Okay, cool. So they still can't res this. This one's 9, so let's trash it. Let's go HQ. If they're not lateral growthing, they probably have agendas in here. So let's go pay the 3 to get an actual access. Shipment from Sansan, that's good to know. So we can draw up once, I guess. Another Keyhole. Yeah. Let's En Passant this. So they didn't res it, so they lose it. I don't know how good our Parasites are, because we're going to have to deal with the Macrophage soon enough. So that might be a loss. You can't Parasite the Architect either. I think we want to just draw once, throw out a Keyhole. Mad Dash is super good. Because if we ever think there's an agenda in one of these remotes, we can Mad Dash in. If we ever get 1 Keyhole to fire, we can Mad Dash Archives. There's a lot of good stuff, especially with only like, what, 1 more Jackson in the whole game? It's likely that Archives Mad Dash is game winning. If we draw into a Deja Vu or same old thing, we'll just like throw them to the Siphon train. Like admittedly this deck is pretty mean, but it is good. And I think if we were playing against an HB acid spam deck, which this one isn't exactly as much as we have gone through all these acids so far, this would actually be a pretty good matchup. So we gotta go check that. Oh no, they're just scoring. Okay. Symbiotic shipment, puts them down to 0. Another shipment. Oh, that's an efficiency committee, ain't it? Yeah, okay. That's actually hard to deal with. So we can put down a keyhole. We can make one run through this. Let the keyhole fire. If we put down keyhole, we click through this. We take the brain damage and the trace. We might be able to win. Thinking. One card in hand too. We don't know what that is, right? No, I don't think we do. And they often throw on 2 of their shipments and they only have 1 Jackson, so they don't have archive memories or like reclamation order. It's good that those are in the bin because they're not going to come back for a while. So like in theory, we could just pop down the keyhole, run, click through the trash programs, take a trace, and if we lose the mad dash, we'll be upset. But yeah, I think we should do that. We had no money, but neither do they. Trace away. So we're just hoping that it doesn't hit this. All the other cards are not that great. So yeah, we'll take it. Just don't hit our mad dash. Nice. Okay, cool. So that card now actually gets removed from the game for Macrophage. We also are tagged, but this gave us enough value. If this is a vanilla, we'll look stupid, but we're good. So Biotic Lever, Efficiency Committee, Friends. So we're gonna put the Efficiency Committee and we can, they might not expect it, but we can win next turn by just playing our mad dash. As soon as they put a card in a remote though, we might have to check that it is a Jackson. There's only 1 left in the game, so it's kind of unlikely. So is that a Jackson or not? Because if we mad dash, we get hurt. I still think it's worth the check. So let's mad dash archives. Click. If not, we get punched. But like, it's unlikely this is a Jackson. It's not. Good game. All right. Pulled it off. We didn't even have to spam Siphon. We just kind of sat down. Like just clicking through ice and playing Salt at Slums is really good. And that does a lot of work because we couldn't keep up with all this recursion. Like spending a whole turn getting through a server. Thanks for the game. It's not that bad. Like it's not good if they're putting a lot of pressure on. Like if they installed 3 cards a turn, it was like if you want to spend your whole turn running this one, it's gonna be an issue. But that's good. Maybe this might be a good meta choice. Let's just look at our deck real quick. Like we did have this coming up. Like in 4, oh, this actually would have been really good too. But like in a couple turns, we have an Apocalypse. I don't know if we could have fired it. We would need a bunch more money, and that's why we are running day jobs. But this could have worked. Slums is everywhere now. Oh, totally. HB Acid Spam is pretty strong, as is Friends. Yeah, I think you need to respect Slums. And there's ways to get rid of it. Like, you can play Helion Beta Test. I think there might have been a couple turns this game that I would have fired, and that's actually a really good card. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. We got more videos coming out on this channel most weekday nights, and Thursday, 8:45 Eastern, we're live streaming. Hopefully you drop by. Go and check out the FAQ right now. I'm excited. Ciao.